Um, I'm here to give you guys a quick, at least as fast as I could possibly make it, guide onto how to use a RNG method to skip your way through the to the ECC levels and get all the way, hopefully, to Ultimate. Okay, we're gonna go to Epic. All right, as you can see, I've made it to Ultimate now. A lot of my guys are climbing right now as well. Hopefully a couple more make it there. They've been using this method. It is RNG based, but it does work. I have given a detailed breakdown of some of the requirements you're going to need to use this method. Okay, this is not going to work for everyone. Obviously, the one of the major components is your speed. Okay, but I have given a breakdown of if you're using a Speedster, what speed they need to be at, and the certain requirements for the 5-star Sonic, the 5P Sonic, and also just a Amai. Okay, so we're gonna go to normal. We're gonna go to where I feel a lot of people are kind of stuck around, which is the 11 to 13, and of course I'm talking about the middle to higher players, the middle to higher competitive players that have kind of like muscled their way through the first couple of rounds, right? But this can work for any level. As you can see, I'm going to go into 13 now, and I'm going to show you my two teams that I used to reach level 20. Okay, I'm going to go into basically into detail onto what each of them, how I used each of them, and what their purpose was on the team. Okay. So the strategy behind team 1. All right, after a certain point in the stages, in the levels, it gets the VM does a tremendous amount of damage, obviously, to the front row, and he always goes first, so he wipes out the front row. So the strategy for stage 1 is very simple. Your tanks and your revivers in the front, and your damage dealers in the back, right? So my CE plus is my AoE dealer. He deals with all the minions, and my RMG is obviously my single target damage just for the VM. So once we clear the two or three rounds of the minions, we'll be able to deal as much direct and damage as possible to the VM. The Zombie Man is what really brought this team together for me. I got him from 4-star to 5-star because I felt like his 6 revives were a much more help, and it actually is what got me over level 20 to ultimate. So he is a key part in this team. Also, his basic inflicts injury, and as we can see here on the right hand side, injury buff greatly increases injury type damage dealt to enemies. So this works great, especially after round 4 when all the minions are gone and you're just targeting VM, right? And we want to kill him as fast as possible, and that inflicting that injury is what really helps us get over. Now, if you don't have CE plus, which the majority of players I would say don't, right? If you were a competitive player a few months ago, you might still have your Genos, okay? And I have seen players such as Creon, he used Genos to get through his levels, okay? I'm not sure which where Genos was and which team for him, whether it was team 1 or team 2, but this Genos also works in team 1 very well as the same strategy. Basically wipe out the minions and have RMG, Red Mosquito Girl, handle the VM. Now, I hope that the majority of players have Mosquito Girl, right? She was a very hyped character when she was released, and I know a lot of players, including the lower S2Ps, were all saving for her. So if you do have her, this will be a great time to put her to use. If you're running Genos, you could also run a lineup that looks like this, very similar. I like the Amai, not for the speed, because this Amai does not have over 1,000 speed, so he is slower than the VM. So you're not going first with this Amai right here that I'm using. But I do like the shields. It gives me a lot of survivability. But I'm going to switch back to my original team so you see it in action and you see how it works. Okay. If you have any questions for me regarding these teams, you can always feel free to message me on Discord. I'm pretty much there all the time. So that's the official OPM Discord. All right, so this is team 2. This is the RNG team, right? This is the probability team with the stun. Where the back row is Child Emperor. The only thing I have on this Child Emperor, as you can see, it's just level 15 and still green, is a formal set. And the formal set's not even leveled. He has no badge level ups. He has no keepsake, nothing. He's just a simple 5-star regular CE. I don't even have the costume. The second character here would be your Speedster, the Sonic. Okay, this is a 5P Sonic. In my breakdown, I give you the different speed requirements for him to be able to reach over 1,000 once his passive kicks in, right? And his passive kicks in first. So a lot of times, even a middle to high 800 Sonic would get you over the 1,000 threshold once his passive hits in. So hopefully, if you have something around that, you're in luck, and this will work for you. This Gale Wind is not necessary, but I feel that because of his guaranteed stun for only the first 2 turns, it does help with the RNG a bit, because I can get past the first 2 turns and then I only need to rely on the CE to stun the remaining 3 turns. And I'll explain how that works in a little bit. The front row, I use Bomb Core. I use Bomb Core because the Resilience Shields is to keep my ATT and my VM alive. This VM is simply there for his passive. He is in Training Hall just to survive the hits from the minions. But he also has level 0 gear and no Keepsake, nothing like that. This ATT is my competitive ATT. She has all 4 pieces of gear are attack, and it is only 3-star sack each. Okay, so she's not like some super broken maxed out ATT. It's just kind of like an average 3-star every gear sacked ATT. Same with the buff. I actually think one of her buffs is only 2-star. All right, it's all attack buffs as well. The bomb, he does have all HP gear, but none of it is starred. I took all his sacked HP gear and put it on the Watchdog man from Team 1 to give him more HP, because that the first stage wall needs a little more survivability, so I stacked them more with HP. This Gale Wind is a formal set Gale Wind to help pass on the CE stun. He does not have any major investment in that formal gear as well, because it's just random formal gear, right? So a lot of you guys aren't gonna have like attack percent formal gear. I have defense piece formal gear as well on the Gale Wind as well as the CE. Any formal gear will work for this lineup. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna show you how this whole thing works. So for this skip method, we're gonna press pause for a second. What I see a lot of people don't seem to know is that when you're in auto mode, you can still manually target the enemy you want to attack. So you can see here, I've put a circle above VM's head. When the turn starts, even though it's on auto, if I click on the VM, you'll see an orange arrow, and it will show that I am now targeting that VM. So we're going to press continue. I have clicked the VM, as you can see, the orange arrow is above his head. So all my characters, when able, will be targeting that VM. This is necessary for the skip that I'm about to do, so that I don't have to play this manually. I don't have to keep moving around. Every positioning here matters. Okay, the reason that the Amai is between the CE and the RMG is because once your front row is wiped out, and if it's wiped out by a ult, then the VM will just be doing a basic attack. It's still a 1-hit kill, but if you're lucky, that 1-hit kill will hit your Amai, allowing your 2 DPS units to finish him off the following turn. Right? We want to give ourselves as much chance to do as much damage as possible, and that includes in the formation of your team. All right, so if RNG is on your side, this is the best lineup for you. We're going to press skip. We're going to get over this. Okay, as you can see, we passed it. Now I'm going to slow this down and break it down for you guys. Okay, as you can see, Sonic is positioned so that he always targets the AVM, and I have clicked on the minion in front of AVM. CE is going to go. He has a 50% chance to stun. We hit. And with the formal gear, he has an additional 50 to pass it on to the back. As you can see, it did trigger this time. All right, with a 50% chance in the front and a 50% chance once I hit that to target the back, that gives us a 0.25% chance to hit this every turn. Now, we don't need this to hit every turn. We don't need the formal to hit in every turn. We only need the formal to hit in with this lineup for the first 3 turns. Okay, because in 3 turns, these minions around AVM should have melted. That's the reason I like using the VM instead of AVM on my side. You could also use MC, but I like VM because he gives my my ATT a lot more DOT damage than an AVM would. So you're going to see that the characters around the AVM are going to be melting. This is turn 2. I hope I hit the stun. I did not. But that's why we have Gale Wind, right? Because Gale Wind is guaranteed for two turns. So he is going to hit, and hopefully he passes it back to AVM as well. Yes, he did. The formal kicked in. Now, your Gale Wind, if you do have a Gale Wind, if you're running a Gale Wind on this team, he does not need to have Keepsake. I have played with my friends. I've seen how them do the same strategy, and their Gale Wind without Keepsake has the same results. Okay, you can still have a chance to pass it on to the back as well. All right, here we go. So turn 3 and on is where your RNG needs to hit. So we need this CE to stun. So we're going to see right now. If the CE stuns but he doesn't hit the back, that's why our third character in the back lineup, which in this case is the Gale Wind, has that formal set to give us that extra chance to push that stun to the back, right? Because he doesn't need to administer the stun; he can just pass any affliction to the character nearby. Okay, we hit the stun. That's great, and it hit perfect. Again, 25% chance. So while this is going, I'll just break down and give you the odds. So basically, if your Sonic is 1,000 speed or over, and you have the CE with a formal set, you will have a 25% chance each turn for the first 3 turns. After, if you've successfully destroyed all the minions around AVM, you will have now only need a 50% chance to hit those stuns, because you don't need to rely on formal anymore. Altogether, you should be able to end this in 5 turns with all your characters intact, because none of them would have received any damage really. So that is a total of 6.25% chance for you to just complete this level. Okay, I know those aren't big odds, but those are the best odds you're ever going to get in this game. Okay, some of you are pulling for characters with like a 1 point something percent chance of them dropping. So this is the best we're gonna get right now. Okay, we hit the stun again. Beautiful. Did it pass? It did. All right, I think we're gonna see it in action. As you can see, I have not pressed anything. All I did was click on the front minion, and it's been autoing ever since. And you guys should hopefully see the strategy work, the stun method. Now, like I said, you do not need Gale Wind for this. You only need that CE. Gale Wind could be replaced by any other character that you feel is necessary. You can use a Sky King to double up on the stun chances. You can use a Lightning Max with Keepsake. That also works with a 50% chance as well. So now I do need to hit the stun one more time. So let's see, let's go. Let's see if we can capture this. But basically, you're just going to be click go, click on the VM, click skip, then second turn, we didn't hit it. So we pretty much lose, but it's going to work like that. Then we're going to click the front minion, and I'm going to do a full run of this so you can see that it does work. Okay, and we got to the very end with close to almost beating him. Now, if you have stronger characters than I do, of course you're going to get through it much easier than me. You'll probably beat it much faster as well, right? Because my team needs the full 5 turns, but maybe you can finish it in 4 and get through it like that. So I wish you guys the best of luck. If you like this kind of content, if you like more highly competitive and strategies like these, you can subscribe, or you can comment, or you can drop me a message and let me know. Let me know if this worked for you. Let me know if you used a similar strategy, or if you came up with your own. That'd be great. Share it with the community. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to skip this now, and I'm going to show you hopefully how fast it can get done. So 13 challenge, start, click on VM. Let's go to 3, skip. Right, done. Click on the minion in front of the AVM. Click skip. As you can see, all the minions died, so we pretty much got to turn 4 in this one, but we couldn't get that 5th and final stun, which is required to pass him. So I did this for every level, guys. I did this for every single level. It was just luck based. Oh, okay. So you have you guys have using this strategy, you actually have a 1 in 18 chance of hitting it, right? So if you guys are big probability buffs, so 1 in 18 chance, this will work for you guys. So just keep trying. A couple hours. I think in total to get to stage 20, it took me just around 2 to 3 hours of just tapping. Right? We're just tapping skip. And it's the best we can do. It's the most effective way to do it. If you don't want to get burned out by trying to manual every single stage, hopefully this helps. Hopefully you guys can get even 1 stage above where you are at right now. I don't think this mode should have been released at this early, but we are here. So I'm going to try to help you guys make the best of it. Okay? Thank you very much. And I'll see you again, like I said, next time, if you want. Ah, there we go. We got it. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys later.